Hi and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Today we would be discussing the problem sum of elements between k1th and k2th smallest element. In this problem, we need to find the k1 and k2th element, smallest one, and then we need to return the sum of all the elements in between those. Like, suppose we find that the smallest element, that the kth first element is 4. This is the first one. Okay, first we would write this and then we would write the enumerating this. So we would be having 4. So 4 is done. Then we would having 8, that is the second one. Okay, then we would be having the next element as 10 itself. Okay, then we have 12, and then we have 14, then we have 20, and then we have 22. So the first smallest element is 4, the second is 8, the third is 10, the fourth is 12, the fifth is 14, the sixth is 28, and the seventh is 22nd. So we are told that we need to find from third to sixth. So what is the third one? Third one is this, and sixth one is this. And we are told to find all the elements between this. That means that these two range would not be included. In between them would be included. So we have in between elements as the fourth one, that is 12, and the fifth one, that is 14. Okay, and the value which would evolve is 26 itself, and that is the answer to this. Okay, so by evaluating the test case only, what we can do is we can find the kth first one, then the kth second one, and third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, and seventh. Now for finding the each kth element, okay, we would be iterating on whole of the array. So for finding all the kth elements, okay, we would be in the worst scenario, we would be doing all the n iteration. Like in the last element, suppose we want to find the smallest element, that is the kth first, kth one at first, that is first smallest element. Suppose the smallest element lies here, but suppose the smallest element lies here, suppose 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so in this scenario the smallest element lies here, so we need to iterate on all the elements. So for finding one element, we would be doing n operation, that is we would be iterating on whole of this. And in the worst scenario, the kth value would be the nth value. Like suppose we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So kth first value would be 1 and the last value would be 5. In the worst scenario, we would be need to evaluate, or we will need to find all the numbers. So for n elements, multiplying both sides by n, then we need to do n square operation, but the intended time complexity is only n log n. Okay, so this is the first brute force approach you would be giving to your interviewer. Okay, now we would be moving forward and we would be trying to optimize the solution. Now to optimize the solution, what we need to do is we need to find all the kth value, like smallest value, second smallest value, third smallest value, fourth smallest value. Okay, and if we need the first smallest, okay, first small, then second small, then third small. So this is nothing but the sorted array itself. Okay, where the first element is the sorted one and the last element is the largest one, and the second element is the second smallest, and the second from the back is the second largest. Okay, fair enough, we can do this. So from this we can know that we need to just sort the array, then iterate from k1 till k2. Okay, but one thing to note here is that the kth is one based indexing, but array has 0 based indexing. The counting starts from 0, but here the counting starts from 1. So what we need to do is we need to subtract 1 from k1 as well as k2, and then we can iterate by using a for loop itself. Okay, now let us go to the implementation where you would be understanding it much better. We are already given the array. This is the size, and this is k1 and this is k2. So first what we need to do is we need to sort the array. We would be using the inbuilt sorting in C++. So what we would be doing is sort a comma a plus the size of it. Okay, now we would be moving forward and we would be initializing a sum, but we are told that we need to return the sum as long, and each of the value of the array is also long. The sum should also be long. So long sum variable is equals to 0, because initially we don't have any elements. Okay, initially we don't have any elements included. So now we need to do k1 minus minus and k2 minus minus. That is, we would be decrementing one from each to make it 0 indexed. And then we are told that we need to find in between values. Okay, suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the k value is this and this. Then in between values would be this. That is, suppose this is k, so we would be starting from k plus 1 to less than k plus 2. Okay, fair enough. So what we would be doing is we would be initializing a for loop for int I is equals to k1 plus 1, and then I is less than k2 and I plus plus, and sum plus equals to a of I itself. And then what we need to do is we would have the sum here, and then we would just return the sum. Let us just again quickly revise what we have done. We have simply sorted the array. We were given this. Then we initialized some variable to store the answer. Then as it was given that it is 1 indexed, like here it is given, the equation. So we are making it 0 indexed. And then we are moving in between this, that is k plus 1 to less than k2. So we would be initializing over them, and then we would be returning the sum. We'll just compile and run and see if we are getting a correct output for the sample test case or not. And yes, we are getting a correct output for the sample test case. Now let us submit this and see if we can get an AC or not. And yes, we got an AC. That's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day. If you face any difficulty regarding understanding the question or regarding the implementation, feel free to ask your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.